Apologies for the incredibly unflattering angle of me, but I have to try and get in a perspective of the Shard, a building that I believe is Western Europe's tallest building, if I'm not mistaken. The people of the comments will put me right as usual, but it's a huge landmark within London that's very, very famous and that everybody comes here to see. But before London was this huge bustling metropolitan area like it is now. I guess it's sort of always been a bustling metropolitan area, but it used to be a lot smaller. And I'm just trying to give you a bit of perspective here as I get the train right now from London Bridge, because we're going to be going somewhere today that still has village in its name, and the football team even has a name suggesting that it doesn't come necessarily from London. Dulwich Hamlet. Hamlet, of course, means small village, or like a small little inhabited area that we have sort of in England and around the UK and stuff like that. So really, really interesting one today to think how this city has just like gobbled up villages, towns, and pretty much counties in some respects as well. So London's ever expanding, and it's through buildings like this. Look at it, Jesus, look at the size of this thing. Anyway, yeah, it's time to leave the hustle bustle and the heart of central London and head towards a village. It's still called a village, Dulwich Village, and the football team, Dulwich Hamlet. It's gonna be a fun video. They're playing Arsenal U23s. Let's go. A lot more serene and peaceful than when I last saw you, right in the centre of London there, right next to the Shard. And look, here we are now in North Dulwich. And yeah, while it is more serene and peaceful, we are obviously still in London here, but that wouldn't have always been the case. Look, Dulwich Village. People of Dulwich, do you feel like you're from London? Or do you feel like you're from Dulwich? Is there like a separate sort of feeling between the two of you? Because I mean, look at these houses. This just honestly feels like it's a 10-minute journey from London Bridge on the train, and these houses feel like I'm in like Buckinghamshire. And this is exactly what I wanted to see, a little bit of information about the history of Dulwich. I will be showing you a couple of maps in a minute. People will know how much I love maps, the regular viewers. Anyway, look, looking southwards along Dulwich Village, the width of the road is noticeable and is indicative of its antiquity, tracing its origins back to Anglo-Saxon times. The population was small, numbering only a few hundred in the Middle Ages. Dulwich was a hamlet, there we go, and the football team is called Dulwich Hamlet to this day. So 1892, the football team were formed around then as well. So it was literally a hamlet, which is a tiny little settlement of people. It does take you through a little bit more of the history here, but look, late 19th century, the population went up to 2,000. Neighbouring villages like Camberwell and Peckham, these were both villages as well. I suppose like we just think of these things. I mean, Peckham I know through Only Fools and Horses, and you think that's part of London, but look, just a few hundred years ago they were all villages, and they've now been gobbled up by the urban expansion of this great city. Before we go to the ground, let's see if we can get some lunch in D Village. Here we go, look at this, a posh little frittata and a posh looking cappuccino as well. I'm going to put a map on screen right now which sort of shows the expansion of London during the ages, and you can see, look, in 1786 how small it was and how it sort of has grown over time. And look, even when Dulwich Hamlet were formed, late 1800s, London was like a quarter of the size that it is now, maybe even smaller than that, maybe like a fifth or a sixth of the size it is now. And look at it, like over time, how much it's just gobbled up these areas. And as we saw from that sign, which is just down there, Peckham and other areas in this, other areas of London that are now sort of near here used to be villages, and hence the name today to the football club Dulwich Hamlet FC. I absolutely love little stories like these, the intricacies of football, and seeing how the football teams this day, like how many people go and watch Dulwich Hamlet or know of Dulwich Hamlet but haven't really thought of the fact that they were actually a hamlet before obviously London just gobbled them up and we know them today as a London team. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this and then get down to the stadium very, very soon. Here we're approaching the club now. I can see DHFC over there, and look at some of the graffiti on the walls here. So there's a real like cult following, and it's quite like a, what's the right word, maybe hipster following. So I feel like over the last maybe few years that they've really had a lot of people come who come here more for the experience maybe rather than the football. Of course, there's the main reason that people do come here is obviously for the football, but I think as like a side note to that, it's like a really, really good day out here. I think there's like bars and things to do in there that I've heard about before from people, and sadly I've never been here. They play in pink. They're in this beautiful area of London that obviously used to be a village, used to be a hamlet, and yeah, now they've got this really cool sort of hipster sort of fan base that I definitely won't fit into. Looking at me, little nerdy geezer like me. But yeah, here we are now, look, approaching the stadium. Howard, mate,
yeah.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to
Sam.
meet you.
Yeah, mate, likewise. And so we're here at Dulwich Hamlet today.
Yeah.
You've never been here before, but you're a Hastings fan, and so you know a little bit about non-league football. What have been like some of your favourite non-league stadiums you've been to within this sort of area?
In this area in London?
Or even just like South England, like, yeah, what have been some of your favourites?
Well, my home team, Hastings United. Dover Athletic.
Dover, yeah.
I like that, it's quite a nice ground. Dorking, which
Okay,
they
yeah.
play at the Meadowbank. I've been there recently. That's a lovely new stadium.
What's Dover? Crabble?
Crabble Lane.
Crabble
yeah.
Lane, that's right, yeah.
Where else? I like Tunbridge Angels.
Okay, yeah.
I just love the atmosphere there.
And so what brings you to Dulwich Hamlet today then?
Well, they're playing the Arsenal U23s, so I thought, well, I'd come up here and see what it's all about, really.
Hoping to see the future stars of Arsenal play.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, you never know. Well, England, so
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But no, I support Hastings United. We just went up last season.
Yeah.
So we're playing in the Isthmian Premier, and we're hoping to gain promotion to the league that Dulwich Hamlet are in.
Yep. So your team is a division below the league that Dulwich are in, and Dulwich are in the National League South, which is the 6th tier.
Yes, yeah.
It's going to be a really, really interesting game today, and interesting for me that one of my long-time sponsors, Fanbase, who sort the ticket in for so many different clubs in Scotland, actually now have Dulwich Hamlet as one of their clubs. Yeah, it's fantastic to see Fanbase growing as a company and even expanding to teams now in England. They really do improve the digital fan experience for clubs all around the UK. Yeah, Fanbase doesn't really just benefit fans like you and I who want to go and see matches, but they really, really help to improve the club's digital footprint. They help with data. The clubs know how many fans are going to turn up to games roughly, so they can plan things like stewards and catering for games. Clubs can get their own apps as well, so it's not just a ticketing service, but there's like a hub, a little match day centre as well. And it is free for clubs to sign up now. There is a free version, so if there's any clubs watching, I know that like I go and visit a lot of clubs, and when I do, I meet media people, I meet people off the board. So if there's anybody watching and you want to try Fanbase, it really is incredible and will really help improve your club. I can't recommend them highly enough. They've been brilliant with me. They've been brilliant with the clubs that they work with as well. So if you're a fan or if you run a football club, then do check out Fanbase. Currently with Harry, a huge Dulwich Hamlet fan, as I can see. Tell everybody watching who may necessarily not have heard of Dulwich Hamlet before what the club is all about.
Sure, so Dulwich were founded in 1893, so they've been around quite a while. And I'd say in the last couple of years, they've really grown in popularity and size. Like from when I started coming, it was a couple hundred people at a game, whereas now during the home league games, we top 3,000, 3,400.
It's amazing for a non-league team, isn't it?
It really is. Like you look at the non-league, the Twitter accounts that talk about non-league attendances, and Dulwich always at the top.
Oh,
so,
really?
yeah.
Brilliant. Well, like I was just saying to you off camera, live in Scotland, and there's teams in the Premiership who will get maybe 2,000 or 3,000 fans at a game.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying you get here, which is the 6th tier of English football, right?
It's really something.
Wow, look at this bar. This has got to be the coolest football bar that you could ever imagine. I mean, I do a lot of stuff in Scotland, and it is amazing to see these kind of facilities for like a non-league team. I know it's London, so they have the benefits of like the bigger population and stuff, but the fact that they get 2,500–3,000 fans at games, and you know, I mean, just look at this bar, like, it's unbelievable. Some of the stickers on here are really cool as well. So what other clubs does this remind you of around the world? For me, when I was in Dublin just recently, I visited Bohemians, and they are very much similar to this in that it was Pride when I was over in Dublin, and you can see from behind me, look, the Pride flag there. When I was in Dublin, the Bohemian, all the players were out at the Pride parade as well. So there's certain clubs that really stand for like the social issues that we have in this modern time. I feel like Dulwich Hamlet is one. I feel like St. Pauli and the other team that they were linked with, I saw one of their stickers on there, as well as like Bohemian in Dublin as well. What other clubs around the world are kind of like this, in that they sort of stand up for some of like the social issues that we face today? We're about to kick off, and there's only one way to, after you, mate, there's only one way to ingratiate yourself with the local fans when you come to games. Oh, Dulwich Hamlet just hit the bar! Here's a pale ale for you.
Oh, thank you very
Harry,
much.
there you go, mate.
Oh,
that's for you. Yeah, no worries, mate.
So kind.
Yeah, no, it's all good, it's all good. No, thanks for coming on the video earlier, mate. Appreciate it.
The under 16, under 17.
Drinks break for the players over there. It's extremely hot today. Arsenal got a free kick here. We got a good view of it, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it too well from the GoPro, but here we go. It's on target. Oh, yes, keeps made a good save.
Yes, Charlie! La 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 la!
During the game, you usually switch, right? So you'll stand whatever section you're kicking towards.
You stand behind the goal Dulwich are shooting at, yes.
So right now we're baking in the sun.
We sure are.
Literally melting.
We sure are.
This side.
Yeah.
But confident for today? Like, do you think a good result against Arsenal? Or?
I mean, we've put them to the sword so far. You know, we've had a bunch of chances. We've saved any they've come to us at, and we've got a free kick now. So
free kick right now. Here we go.
Let's see what happens.
This is the moment.
This is the moment. Yeah.
That corner, ref. What's that corner? That corner there. This corner of the goal. Watch that corner of the goal. That's where it's going.
Right, you reckon it's going where? Top corner?
That corner.
Literally straight in the top bins.
Top bins.
Go, Frankie!
Come on, Dulwich.
Oh, win it.
Yes,
oh,
yes, 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 yes.
Oh,
yes.
surely. Oh. Right, it's currently half time, 0-0. I think Arsenal have hit the bar twice, and Dulwich Hamlet have hit the bar once as well. But yep, 0-0. It's been a kind of exciting game, but just really good to obviously chat to the Dulwich Hamlet fans. You can see the amount of Arsenal fans that are around here just now. But we're doing a migration. A lot of the Dulwich Hamlet fans will swap sides and stand wherever Dulwich Hamlet are actually kicking towards. So round we go and into the shade. Thank God. Hello.
Come on, Dulwich! We're the pride of Southland! Southlanders number one! You know it's true! We're pink and blue! Oh, oh, hey, oh, 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 hey, hey.
This place has got absolutely everything, honestly. This is the best stadium I've ever been to. You can drink beers on the terraces, you got people singing here, and you got dogs. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this.
You're not Woolwich anymore! You're not Woolwich anymore! They say our days are done, but now we're headed for a fall! But we're winning titles and we're knocking down your world! Oh! Come on, darling! Come on! Oh! We're the D Yes, yes! You know it's true! We're big and
I firstly want to say a massive thank you to the Dulwich Hamlet fans that I was stood with during the game. They made me feel very, very welcome, and it's just one of them clubs that gives you such great like non-league vibes. Everyone knows each other. There's some weird little songs that everybody sings that you wouldn't get at like big stadiums as well, which just adds to the atmosphere and like the fun of the day, which is why I like non-league so much. You can become so disenfranchised with like big football, right, mate? You can become so disenfranchised with like big football. And like the amount of money that is spent in like the big games, whereas like at non-league level, like it's so much more relatable, and you can like get so close to the players and hear strange chants and really get to know the people that like come week in, week out. Great day out. Again, Dulwich Hamlet, would hugely recommend it to you guys. The team that used to be from a little village, a little hamlet as the name suggests, but are now a part of London. A fantastic club with a fantastic supporter base. So yeah, do go check them out if you're ever in South London. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button, please subscribe if you're new. I'll leave some videos on screen. If you could click on one to carry on watching, that'd be amazing. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next one.